Okay, guys, welcome to Football with Brownie. We finally got him on after over a year of begging, and more begging. We finally got him on, but you all know that he's a massive supporter of the channel. Welcome to Flying Pig United. Welcome, Pig. How are you?
Thank you so much, Brownie. Yeah, good to see you, mate. Yeah, good to be on. To be fair, I was just waiting for you to get a few viewers to watch. That's all, mate. You hit me somehow, mate. So I thought I'd come on now.
No, I know why you come on. You come on because you want to also promote Mrs. P's bloody channel.
That's there you go. Exactly.
Yeah, we got it. But Pig, we help each other out as much as possible. People don't realize the amount of communication that goes on behind the cameras between us both. I have to say, I feel like I'm in YouTube royalty at the moment. I'll be honest with you. I mean it. Listen, I mean it because as a 43-year-old getting into YouTube, I only went into YouTube when I moved to Marbella, and the reason I went there was to fucking walk out on air. Right? Yeah. and it was basically because I was in like my own bubble, my own marriage bubble. I'd come into single life, and I just fucking started watching YouTube, which was probably 5-6 years too later than many others.
Right, yeah.
I'll be honest with you. When I thought about your channel, fucking brilliant. And the character, you just show the character is the main thing of a channel. Fuck the content, it's a person behind the camera. And I'd be honest with you.
I just go on there, to be fair. I started it 9 years ago. So like you say, timing is a lot. If I'd started it a couple of years ago, I think obviously it's harder to get an impact now, It just is because there's more people doing it and, it's a saturated market and that kind of thing. But yeah, I mean, to be honest, I just go on there, talk about United, play games and prat around, to be fair. I don't really, there's not too much of a science behind it for me. But yeah.
You put yourself down, mate. I'll be honest with you, put yourself down.
Well, I've always put myself out there and I've always worked very hard at it and done a lot of, videos and just, you've kept it consistent really over the years, more or less, when I can. So yeah, it's starting to do really well. Yeah. So I'm very happy with it, mate. Yeah. Good to see your channel growing as well, because I've been subscribed.
Well, it's only because of help of you.
500 subs or something, maybe less. I don't even. It was a long time
over
ago.
2000. Actually, it's 2028 now. So we're ahead of time. We're 6 years now ahead of time. It's 2022 now. So we are 6 years ahead of the death of Jesus, really.
That's a way of looking at it.
Well, you have to look at these positives. You have to look at these positives. Right, so come on, United fan, living in south of England. What started it?
To be fair, I was just born into a United family. Really, parents United fans. I've got 2 older siblings. My brother and my sister, they're United fans. So it was just, I'm just going to be a United fan really because of that, and always grown up watching United. Yeah, obviously I'm down south, so I don't get to go to too many games, that kind of thing. But yeah, I'm looking to go to a couple before the end of this season, actually, because obviously we see Ronaldo while he's still here and stuff. It's been a while since, and you're not going to get to see him play for very much longer, especially at Old Trafford. So yeah, but just been a lifelong United fan since ever I could remember, really. So
what era did you come into being a United fan? Was it like the Cantona era?
So yes, Cantona. So I was born in '87. So really, I can remember, really from the Premier League era on. So nothing really before that. But I can remember the Premier League era on. Bruce and Pallister and Irwin and Parker at the back and that kind of stuff. And Cantona coming in and all of that era. That's why my favorite players growing up were Cantona and Giggsy. So yeah, just that whole era. And obviously we were spoiled in that era, spoiled in the 2000s as well. And now it's all gone to shit. In all fairness,
it does, but it does go into cycles. I mean, you're making me feel old, I'll be honest with you, by saying that you were born in 87. I was born in 78. Right.
I know. Not too bad.
Look how fucking grey hairs are fucking showing. Right, but I also remember before they actually finally won the title,
Yeah.
It was what, 28 years or something
Mm.
before, or nearly 30 years before they last won it. You know, it went through They actually dropped down a division.
Yeah,
They
true. I
dropped
mean,
down a
that's it. You're
division
absolutely
during
right.
that
It took
time.
Liverpool 30 years as well. And they were always, you could argue over that time, they're always sort of up there, thereabouts. It's not like they were, getting relegated and stuff like that. They were still competing to a good standard, but they just were not able to, to get that top tier for that number of years. So
Yeah,
it's very hard to get a team that's just firing over a number of years, kind of like
yeah,
Pep and Klopp have got it at the moment, but like Fergie used to. I mean, Fergie was the master of it because he could just
yeah,
he
yeah.
could just rebuild a team and do it again. Yeah,
Okay, okay. So what brought you to YouTube then? Well,
yeah. I mean, in
what's your
all
YouTube
fairness, I
journey?
just so I don't really know. I mean, I just started uploading videos to YouTube. I mean, I watched a few YouTubers. So back in the day, stumbling across, I think maybe the person, like the True Geordie.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I think he was maybe the first person I saw doing football related videos for a team, right? And I think I basically just thought, well, I'll give that a go, for
Yeah.
United type thing, because there were at that time there was like one or two football related sort of vlog channels like that. Really, not very much. So it was like the early days. So I think that's where I'm a bit lucky, just with the timing where I got started doing it near
Oh,
the
I know.
near the start of all that kind of thing. But
Looking at your numbers is brilliant, absolutely
mm,
brilliant. And unfortunately, YouTube can be a stab in the back fucking industry, nasty
mm,
industry at times. But you have to give credits to your channel's doing brilliant. You
mm.
were brilliant. Mrs. P is now freaking brilliant.
She's a natural, isn't she? Yeah, she was.
Yeah, yeah,
I'm so
yeah, yeah.
surprised, mate, because you can't stop, you can't shut her up, mate. She will rabbit for England. So it makes perfect sense just to stick her on a stream and just get her talking to people, because she just won't shut up, mate. I'm sure
Right,
you
so
can
you
relate.
like
You pissed off to Spain because of it.
oh we want to talk about that. You when
Oh dear.
I when I was out in, we started talking quite regular. You come out, was it a stag weekend
No,
or
I just went
something?
with my mate Jay. My friend
Okay,
Jay. We just went for a few days, load up on tobacco, have a few beers, sample the local restaurants, etc.
but apparently, but all of a sudden, when I told you the places to go, some of them may not fit this show because it's not after 9 o'clock. But some of the places were to go. All of a sudden, he goes back to England, and I said, Pig, how did did you like? And his excuse, Brownie, I was so ill, I did not get out of bed. That cannot be right.
Oh, I tell you what, that's the problem with getting older and not drinking for a long time, is when you when you do go on it heavy. Honestly, that next day, I mean, it was just a write off. We didn't go out the next day after going. I mean, to be fair, we didn't get back until 7 or 8 a.m. or something. It's one of those. But
Malaga is a great city. It's a great
yeah,
fucking
it was.
city.
Yeah, it was. I mean, we actually didn't really go much in Malaga. We were just sort of outside of it, like Ben Al Medina and that sort of area.
All right,
You
okay.
know, there's some Fengi rollers near there. There's
Bengola, Mijas,
yeah. So
Torremolinos.
yeah, exactly. We didn't go there, but just sort of around that area. So yeah, but it was nice, mate. Yeah, it was nice. Just a lot of English there. To be fair, a lot of English. It was almost like just being, in England in
I
the sun,
know.
really, which is good in a way, but it's not really if you want to sample the local proper.
Yeah,
Obviously,
yeah,
there's
no,
still
I
all
know.
that. I was drinking San Miguel's and eating paella, but other than that, it's just like everyone's speaking English more or less. It seemed. That was all
um,
right. But you lived in
Spanish
Spain for a
Spanish
while, yeah?
beer can be quite heavy, though, Pig.
Mm,
Can be very heavy.
yeah.
That's what I found it.
But how
And
long did you live in Spain then, Brownie? You've been over there a while
yeah,
before.
5 years.
Yeah.
I walked out in her. I had enough. I absolutely had enough. She threw my freaking head in.
Mm.
11 years of marriage, and I walked out on her. And I went to. I just drove to the airport. Right, didn't know where I was going. Went
Oh,
to
really? Wow.
went to Bristol Airport actually.
Yeah.
Drove there. It was like after an argument, it was like 3 o'clock in the morning, and it was in the winter as well. So parked the car up. I put the keys in the glove compartment. Went to the airport. And I didn't realise Bristol Airport wasn't a 24-hour airport, did I?
Oh no. How long did you have to
So when
wait then?
I went into the airport, I
Yeah.
looked around, there was just a fucking cleaner with a buffer machine.
Oh no.
So I was so angry because of our fallout. I went back to the car, drove to Heathrow,
Oh,
did the
wow.
same thing. I went to the tournament, and it was 4 options for me. It
Mm,
was Madrid, Malaga, Rome, or Berlin. And I chose Malaga because I knew people there at the time.
right. Yeah.
And I thought, you know what? Okay, and then that was it.
Mm.
I lived
It's
in
lucky there wasn't a
Minas.
special offer to bloody, you know, Alaska or something, mate.
Well, no, I lived in Minas, which is only up the road
Mm,
from Fengarola and Benamadna.
mm.
And then after a year, I thought, no, this is not for me now. Marbella, and the rest is history, really. But
Oh, fair play. Did you have a team out there then when did you support Malaga? Yeah.
I went to a burnabout quite often
Oh, yeah.
before COVID. Yeah, I mean, sometimes I go by train or coach or even fly to Madrid, and then I'd. But I used to go watch Gibraltar a lot.
Yeah, I remember seeing a bunch of videos like going around. To be fair, you're like a general sort of football fan. I mean, I'm really just a fan of Man United. I might have gone to
Yeah,
see a couple of England games before, but other than that, I can't actually. I've seen a couple of Bournemouth games just because they're reasonably local, but other than that, I can't really think of. I've never really gone to see. Oh, let's just go and watch this game or let's go and watch that game. But I know you're sort of into that, aren't you? Like
yeah.
going to.
I am, but it's not because of football. It's
Mm,
because I do miss. I went back to UK, watched Cardiff a couple of times, and
mm,
the people I remember going to Cardiff, a completely different kind of crowd.
yeah.
I do miss that kind of like atmosphere
Mm,
from when I enjoyed football. I tell you what, Gibraltar is fucking it. I'm telling you,
right.
it really is it. You can drink pints on a touchline.
Mm,
This is international games, really. And
yeah.
they throwing fucking things at the linesman when he was
Yeah.
bad offside.
Nice.
But I also went to watch Marbella, and I also went to watch Malaga. But you are right. Whenever it's football, I
Yeah.
do try and uh, you know take it in really when
Yeah, like you quite like all the stadiums, all that sort of thing as well, don't you? Like
yeah.
the
Oh, I love
different
it.
just
I
the
love it.
atmosphere and all the different experiences, the match day experiences, that kind of thing. Yeah.
I mean, before COVID, my plan was to buy a drone and go all around the different stadiums.
Right,
But
right, right.
all things have changed now. But I got tickets for a World Cup. I've got tickets for the
Nice,
World Cup.
nice, nice, nice. What?
Wales are going to be there.
Yeah, yeah.
After tonight's game, England
Mm,
won 2-1 in a friendly against Switzerland. The English
yeah.
press will say they're already World Cup winners now.
I mean, yeah. I mean, what do you fancy Wales getting there and doing reasonably well? Then, do you?
You know what? I don't care, mate. If I'm honest with you, I just want them to be there.
Yeah, that's it, isn't
You
it?
know,
1958, wasn't
honestly,
it? Before, yeah. Last one was it?
sorry,
1958.
58,
Yeah.
58. We'll don't mention bloody Joe Jordan. Shit, I've already mentioned him. But
Mm,
we've been so close, and I'm already 43, pig.
mm,
Through football, I know many Welsh football followers who have sadly passed away, and therefore not here to witness
mm,
Wales actually get into a World Cup. And it's not until that actually sank in the
mm.
day after that game against Austria. I thought, fucking hell, I'm one of the lucky ones. You know what
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean?
It's actually a really good era for Welsh football. Like
Yeah.
that Euros. Did you get to the semis or quarters? Was it?
Yeah, we went to the semis.
Yeah, semis.
That started my divorce, pig. To be honest,
Right.
that started my divorce. I tell you what, right? What happened, right, was because it was the first tournament Wales ever gone to in my lifetime. So right, I'm going, no matter what. Wife was like, yeah, no problem.
Mm,
But then a client went bust on me about a week before the group game started, and
right.
she said, look, you can't justify going.
Mm,
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, no worries. You're right. Well, the group game start. Wales finished top of the group, and I thought, I gotta fucking go. She's not gonna let me go. How am I gonna go?
Mm.
Okay, I'll just cause an argument. I'll walk out, and then I'll be in fucking France the next day. And that's exactly what happened.
Okay. So what?
That was,
Can I ask you what? Could you remember what you said? You go, what's this? What's this fucking bullshit you've got on your phone here? Did you go and send her a dodgy message from some other text and say, "All
oh,
right,
it
darling"?
was. You know what? I can't remember. I think it was like, I think it was
Oh
like,
dear.
you know, I, I like, I like pre-calculated it, right?
It's
So that it'd be one little argument, then another little argument, then another one, and it just built up. I thought,
right.
fuck you, I'm off. Here's my bag. She thought I was going to my
Crikey,
mum's
mate.
30 miles up the road. I was fucking jumping on a bus to go to fucking France.
Bloody
So,
hell. Well, how did that work out for you then?
well, fucking, I'm ending up here. That's fucking how it was. Fucking now.
Oh dear. Was that like? Do you not go back to her then after that?
Well, I had to go. Well, I had to go back. She knew what happened. Apparently, I was
Right.
seen on. Apparently, I was seen on Sky Sports News. I don't know. Fucking
Oh my god.
right. And
That's the classic.
I was in a spare bedroom.
Fabricating a complete argument just so you could go and watch the.
Oh, I
the
know.
World
I was
Cup
in a spare
or the
bedroom,
yeah.
and the spare bed was giving me fucking backache.
Mm.
So I said, "Oh look, fuck this. If I'd rather go to my mum's. I go to fucking mum's." So I went to my mum's. Well, that was a day before I was meant to leave for the Belgium game for a quarter final, wasn't it? Fucking hell, my mum was covering for me. Oh yeah, he's in bed,
God.
Luce. He's in bed. Fucking hell. I was on the fucking party bus going to fucking France to go to
Hey,
that
well,
Belgium game.
hey, from what happened, it was kind of worth it,
Oh,
eh?
you know what? I was so close to that Hal Robson Cano Cruyff turn and score.
Yeah.
You can see me on camera.
Oh, right.
It was the first game I've ever left when my team had won, and
Right.
I just broke down in tears.
Wow,
I'll
yeah.
be honest with you. Because
they were brilliant. Even that game against England, I remember, and you played well in that game as well, where Gareth Bale scored that free kick, and I can't remember who was in. Was it Hart back then, or was it? I can't remember, but somebody bottled it.
I think it may be.
Yeah.
Well, Rashford then. Was it Rashford fucking scored a winner in the end?
Yeah, I can't. You know what? I can't even. I've got such a bad memory. I can't even quite remember exactly what happened now. But yeah, I mean, it was. Was it not a draw that game? No. We did win.
Well,
it,
you won
we?
2-1 in the end.
Yeah, we did win 2-1. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it. We went. I think. Yeah, we went down, and Bale scored. Bale scored that free kick, and now you're jogging my memory now. Yeah.
Yeah,
but I hope Wales. I hope Wales get there. That's it. I like all the home nations to get there. I just hope that they, get battered when they're there. I hope that they're all there. I hope that they're all there. I personally don't think England stand much a chance this time around. I know we've had a good last couple of competitions. The Euros was good, and of course we went out on penalties, so it wasn't in the final, but we still got to the final. And then the World Cup was a decent run as well, going out to Croatia in the semis. Maybe you could argue the runs are favourable. The teams we were playing, you couldn't more or less have handpicked them better. But you've got to beat who's in front of you. Yeah. So but I just got a feeling this time around with where some of the other nations seem to be, and we have got a lot of good talents in England, but I also think that I think that actually you might be able to tell me better because you're out there, right? You're not actually far away from where it's going to be in Qatar, right?
No.
So like temperature wise, they're on about having air conditioned stadiums, all this stuff, but is the climate going to be that much where it affects, the English player? Because obviously they're acclimatized to play it in the UK, and then they're coming up against teams in South America or Africa or on the equator where it's obviously a lot hotter. So they're probably just going to be a bit more conditioned to play it in such heat, right? So I just think that is already a bit of a problem for England.
November it is.
Yeah.
I come out to you for just to have a look at the place before I moved over, and that was last November.
Right.
You're probably looking about late 20s, maybe.
20. Oh, okay then. So actually, that's fine then. Yeah, I mean, usually a summer World Cup. It's usually around about that. The Brazil World Cup was very, very hot, wasn't it? So
it's a different kind of heat,
right.
Pig. Do you know what I mean? It's a very dry heat because of
Yeah,
the
that
desert,
desert heat. Yeah.
you know?
Yeah, I've been to Vegas before, and that was like, yeah, that was just super arid, dry, and hot. So I think I sort of know what you mean. Yeah,
Yeah, compare that to like bloody Spanish heat.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
completely different. It is different.
Mm,
But
mm.
I watched the Copa America and I watched Argentina last night. I tell you what, there's not going to be a World Cup winner from South America for another 10
Right.
years.
Yeah.
Fucking terrible.
Mm.
The defending was like fucking, the dog and duck on a Sunday afternoon. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that is the even if you think about Brazil and Argentina, well, particularly Argentina over the years, that's sort of their Achilles heel, isn't it? Is they produce amazing attacking talents, and they've obviously got great defenders over the years, but it's just like if you look at some of the strongest lineups in world football, the back, not many Argentinians are
Yeah.
getting in there.
Yeah. I
So
am going to bite my lip, and I hope no Welshman watches, but that's hardly going to happen. I'm actually gonna predict England could win it. Actually, but
really, wow, okay,
they would need. I think
I like that.
the issue they could have is, for what I understand, the Premier League only given a week's leeway before the World Cup. I
Mm,
think if you're going to have that issue, then I I think if that's going to happen, all the leagues, La Liga,
mm,
Bundesliga, and Serie A, man, I think the first round of group games, especially with European teams, I think could be very poor, actually,
right.
because of the heat. You're trying to
Mm.
get used to the atmosphere, and then it will start. It will
That's a good
start.
point. Yeah, they will acclimatise as the tournament goes on.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's very true. Yeah.
whereas before, I mean, when England went to Brazil
Mm,
for the World Cup, they went to America for a couple of games. They went to
mm,
Mexico for a game. So it was like steady
yeah.
acclimatizing.
Mm.
A week is not enough.
No, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah, like well, hopefully they do get a bit more time to do that then. And like you say, as the tournament progresses, then they should get a bit better. But still, it doesn't. I just don't think it doesn't favor our our players too much. But hey, like you say, you will get used to it. Yeah, and that's that warm
Yeah.
weather training thing. Get a bit of that in as well, and all that kind of stuff. Then yeah, it will help. But yeah. So you think England are what you put a bet on England to win, would you, or you just
I
think they
think
could win it?
so. I think Spain are going to be strong. I
Mm,
think Spain are going to be strong. Can't I have to write out Italy now. But Germany, no.
mm.
Holland.
You,
Maybe
you
not the
say you
Holland.
say Germany no, but Germany always seem to, you know, they just seem to turn up, don't they?
Well,
Like as a nation, as a like even this, there's just at tournaments they just got that I don't know that German grit or something.
yeah.
They always do okay. They always do okay. So,
Don't mention the war now, for fuck's sake. Yeah.
but I actually fancy France. I just fancy France. I don't know. I just feel like they've got the most sort of talented players who've got some decent experience, that kind of thing. But you just never know, do you? You never
Yeah,
know.
you don't. But I do
Mm,
think, you know, I do think this is probably England's best
mm.
chance to win a World Cup, probably since
Since the last one,
1971.
where we
No,
but
I
we,
knew. I
'cause we
always
should
knew
have probably
Croatia
beat
would do
Croatia. I think in that one. I think we could have beaten Croatia there. Really, I know they had a few great players, but as a team of overall depth, I think England's was better. So just the fact that you got Modric and Rakitic and Mandzukic and a couple of other great players, but yeah, I do think that we bottled that. Really, we weren't going to get a better game to get into a final than playing Croatia. I don't think.
Yeah, no, that's
So
fair
yeah.
enough.
Mm.
And Stefan is in the house. Stefan, I love her both
Hey,
out show.
Stefan, what a legend. Yeah. How many people are watching? Who's in here? Smash a like, by the way, guys, for
Yeah,
Brownie. He's an
I
absolute
always
legend.
forget about likes.
Yeah, he always
So
forgets about that. Smash a like. It helps out, dudes. It
yeah,
helps push it out there on the algo and all that. Give him a cheeky little like, peeps.
and introduce you show and put Mrs. Peas as well. Come on, mention her.
Okay, yeah, well, yeah, my channel is called Flying Pig United. It's a United fan channel. Also play a bit of FIFA over there. And I've been doing it for about 9 years. And Mrs. P's channel, she's just started that. She's done 5 videos, but she's like doing gaming streams and she's more of a sort of family friendly type streamer than me, you know. But yeah, she's doing that. Hers is called Mrs. P Cake Bandit. So check us out.
Well, on about family friendly, I was going to show you the mattress, which I went from.
Crikey.
I
Please
really
don't, mate.
was. I really was. But I
You
didn't
really
realise-
was. Bloody hell. What's the matter with you, Brownie, mate? What's the matter with you? Honestly, you
The
didn't fucking show
legendary
that.
mattress. The legendary
Crikey.
mattress.
I tell you what, the
fucking
reaction would have been
mattress.
funny to it, though.
No, but I knew that you would want to see the blood stains, but unfortunately, the cleaner fucking came in and took it before I even knew he was coming in.
Oh my god! I mean,
Right.
crikey.
Listen,
Well, if
I
you,
know-
hey, if you want to bring that up, Brownie, if you want to go down that route, then well, that's fine, mate. I thought we were just on here to talk about football. We want to talk about your what's the word? Your deviancy.
Well, hey, you know, we could also go stiletto in the bollock as well. But
Now, that's to be fair to you, to be fair, brother. That's one thing you can guarantee on this channel, mate. You never know what's coming next, and you also are pretty much an open book. I think. Like, I don't think there's much holding back, mate. God knows if there is. I worry about it.
You know what? I got Mr. Putin coming over, and you know what? The star from a fucking stiletto still hasn't fucking disappeared. You know what I mean?
Okay,
You know?
Brownie. I hope she doesn't watch this channel, by the way, mate. You know?
Well, she did, and then we broke up. So I got a funny feeling she unsubscribed.
Okay,
But then again,
I mean,
she's in Russia now, and it's over. She's in Russia, no fucking internet. Stay in fucking Russia.
So yeah, well, there you go. So yeah, YouTube is blocked in Russia right now. So definitely she won't be watching this unless she's got a VPN on the go. But I don't know if she's going in those lengths. But there you go.
Well, she may have something on the go, but may not be a VPN. It may be fucking some other buzzing thing. Maybe I don't know. Right, listen, I know that you're limited on time, Pig.
I got another 10 minutes or 15 minutes or so, mate, for you. No worries.
No worries.
Yeah.
No worries. All right. Well, what else can we fucking talk about then?
Yeah. Well, I mean, obviously, from your perspective, right? Cardiff City, it's just a write-off season. They're safe though. They're going to be safe, I assume. But you know, it's just an absolute gash season. It's kind of like, obviously, what's going on at United. It's almost just a write-off of a season now. But obviously, for you, it's like, well, you just want to get the season over and done with, I guess, right?
I got really worried. I'll be honest with you. I got really worried at one time.
Yeah, it was looking bad at one point. Yeah.
Yeah, it was looking really bad. But when they got rid of Mick McCarthy, fucking 5 centre halves in a fucking game, Mick McCarthy.
He was having a stinker there, wasn't he? Yeah.
You know
he
what?
was.
Pig,
I mean, I sort of previously rated him. Okay, I thought he did all right at Wolves, in the past, you know. But look,
I'm not kidding you, Pig, right? I until Mick McCarthy in final days, I would always give. I would refuse to believe that some manager is just in it for the money.
Right.
Because he knows he gets sacked, he'll have a payoff.
Yeah.
Right? I'm not kidding you. Towards the end, I'm convinced Mick McCarthy just looked and thought, I'm not going to do fuck all with these lot.
Yeah.
You know, I may as well just get a fucking sack. And when you drop in a right back and a left back, and you're playing 5 centre halves across a fucking back 5, you're thinking, this is fucking suicidal.
Yeah.
This is deliberate. We lost fucking 5-0 or something to West Brom when he first done it. And he fucking done it again, man. A second. Fucking hell. You know?
Yeah, no, it was like a just, you might be right, because he was there he was there and gone so quick, wasn't he? Like, it did seem like he was doing everything he can to just bottle it. That's like what from the outside looking in.
Yeah, and Mourinho with United, he sack, he just thought, fuck it.
Yeah. That's what he says as much as well. Like, obviously, he's a different animal because he is, trying to win things and he is motivated in that sense. But he doesn't. I don't personally think he really gives much of a toss as he gets sacked. He said before, if I get sacked, they give me lots of money, and I go get a job somewhere else, they give me lots of money. You know, that's literally what Jose said. So, he knows he's in demand. He knows he can just go from one job to another, and he gets a big golden handshake every time he does. So he can afford to be as volatile as he wants. Or
Bargaff in the chat, Bargaff from Miami, and he says, "Do you usually play Ultimate Team on FIFA?"
Yes, I do. I do, Bargaff. Yeah, I play on my channel around about 11:30 p.m. usually. We just play some Ultimate Team streams and. Also play a bit of career mode, but I haven't played that in a long time because it just pisses me off, to be honest. It just pisses me off. I'd like to see you playing FIFA, Brownie, lad. I'd like to see you giving it a go.
I remember
FIFA with Brownie.
Well, Football Manager 1 with Brownie. That's what needs to happen.
Nice. Yeah, hey, I used to play that back in the day. Me and my brother used to play on the Amiga, and we used to have Italia 90. It was it was Championship Manager Italia, but it was 1990, right? That was the one we grew up playing. So I'm easy to be old, mate.
Football Manager 1 on a Spectrum, 1985.
Bloody hell, well, fair play, you beat me.
You had to start at the bottom of Division 4, but yet you could still buy likes of fucking Lineker and fucking Waddle, and you think, hang on, you buy them from fucking Liverpool, you're in Division 4, completely, funny.
They come a long way, those games, yeah. But
they have.
My favorite era is the late 90s for those games when my bro used to play those Championship Manager ones before it changed to Football Manager, yeah.
Well, it'll take a fucking hour for you to load up. And that's you're lucky if it loads up. It would break down halfway through.
I mean, ultimately as well, the thing with those games is, right, they are fun and they're good for, like, they actually teach you a little bit, you learn a lot of players, tactics, whatever, you can have a play around and learn some things, but also ultimately, let's be honest, it's just a massive waste of time. Let's be fair, how many, like, I've looked at those games before, I've played them before, I don't go back and play them. This is years ago, those save files you got, and you look at it says game time, 24 hours. And it even says, like, remember to, like, eat food and stuff like that because you've been playing so long.
Right, I'm going to ask you a question because I've done it once, right? I'm going to ask you a question because I've done it once, right? Right, so you're on Championship Manager or something. You're in the Champions League final or the FA Cup final or something, right? Did you ever, I'm going to say now.
Yeah, I know what you're going to say, yeah.
Wear a fucking suit? Fucking.
Oh, right, that's not what I thought you were going to say. No, of course not, mate. You're joking.
Yeah, fucking.
If I was doing a stream, I might do something like that, but not just sat at home wearing a fucking suit. It has to be off your bloody Norman Bates to do that sort of thing, man.
Did you ever commentate? Did you ever, like, give you talk to yourself, like, give you an interview? I used to do that.
I mean, I've never done that, Brownie. I'm going to be honest. Why should we talk to yourself, like, give you an interview, like, right, Brownie, what did you think of the match today? Are you proud of your lads? And then you're just there like, yeah. So good performance by the boys. They didn't let me down. They kept going. They kept believing. We got the job done. So Brownie, what's for the next game? I don't know about that, Brownie, mate. We might need to talk to someone about that, lad.
Yeah, mate. You know what? Surely I can't be the only one that dressed up in a fucking suit when I got to the FA Cup final and Championship Manager. Surely not.
Oh, man. No, I don't think you are. I've seen people do it, but...
Maybe I need to do a fucking quick Google search after this fucking show. Back here now.
Bloody hell. But yeah, I mean, it's great to see your channel growing, Brownie. Like I say, I've been following it for a long time, and yeah, over 2,000. I mean, that's significant now. That's a decent amount of people who have chosen to subscribe.
And also as well, watching, I have to thank you, Pig. I have to thank you from the bottom of my heart. No, I do, mate. I do. You come in and chat as much as you can, and you give shout outs on. You do promote the channel as much as you can, and vice versa. But you got a bigger base to promote it. And honestly, it's people like you. I really am absolutely grateful from bottom of my heart.
That's no worries, man. You know what? There's a lot of dickheads on YouTube, mate. There just is, right? So I can honestly say now, I don't think I've ever had anybody who's bigger than me, right, in terms of subscribers, ever want to do any sort of collab with me ever, right? I think that's a bit. It's just, I don't know what the reason behind that is. Just it's not worth their time, right? I guess.
Yeah.
I don't really get that, to be fair. Like,
and also
we've all got to start from somewhere.
Stefan will back me up on this, Pig, right? Listen, I get it when your chat is going fucking 2 million miles an hour. I get it because when you get, but you were one of very, very few. You mentioned True Geordie, and I don't want to call him out on this, but you were one of very, very few larger, YouTube channels now who respects the roots of YouTube. And no matter what, even if it's a super chat or if it's a stupid little fucking comment, you do try and go out your way and read as many comments as you can. And and you're in low respect for that, mate. I'll be honest with you.
Well, I'd like that personally if I was watching, a streamer. I'd like it if they read my comments out, regardless if there was money on it or not. That's the thing. A lot of streamers, when they get to a certain point, they just read out, the ones that are paying for it. And that is. I mean, obviously, if you get to a really big channel where you're just getting loads through and you're just trying to get through them all and you can't ignore them, can you? Like, I guess that's one thing, but
but it's
people
also
seem to just choose to ignore them. Yeah.
But to me, that's kind of selling out, if I'm honest with you.
Mm.
As my personal opinion. But I'm still waiting.
Yeah.
I'm still waiting for his fucking membership to the channel, but I'll take it on. No,
Hey, well, I like to support in various different ways. I mean,
yeah, exactly.
I might do in the future. This is it. It's not just you who wants me to be a member of their channel, Brownie. You know what I mean? I'm only one man. I've got 50,000 subscribers. I can't be members on everybody's channel.
So what's your up and coming schedule?
Right, okay. So there's no United on for a week, is there still? So Friday, I'm just going to do a FIFA stream later on tonight, chilling about 11:30 or something, late one, me, into the early hours of the morning. Tomorrow, nothing, mate. I'm not doing anything until I'm basically just taking it easy the next few days. I'm going to cover the United news if there is any. But other than that, I'm just taking it easy because, obviously the season, when there's a lot of games coming thick and fast, and with the FIFA on top as well, it is a lot of time that goes into it. So it's nice sometimes, like when there's an international breaking away, especially if United's been playing pretty shite. Just
so
to
it's 11:30 tonight, is it?
Yeah, 11:30 tonight, mate. Yeah,
11:30 tonight, guys. 11:30 UK time tonight. Get over there.
What time's your Q&A then? Because people need to know about those, because that's where the real filth comes, mate.
I know. I'll be completely honest. It could be a later one tonight. I've been out. I got 11 messages of my mates. I've been out. It's the Dubai World Cup in horse racing today.
All right, yeah.
Right? And they all went. I didn't go. I slept, missed a bus. But they all went out. So I've had a couple of pints. Then I come back to do this. Now I'm going to go back out for a couple of pints. It could well be a very sleazy late night one at very late night. Knows.
Nice. Okay, I look forward to that then, mate. Hopefully, when I'm finishing my stream, I'll come over and listen to some absolute.
You never know. I could have a couple of Russians and a Ukrainian. You never know. It could be like
that's it.
Nations in my fucking apartment.
Well, that's good for relations, isn't it? But you've got a bunch of mates out there in Dubai, then, have you? Yeah. So that's not too bad, as long as
many people, because Marbella is fucking COVID killed Marbella and Spain as a whole. Yeah. And they didn't furlough. They'd never done the furlough thing like the UK. So many of my mates in Marbella moved over here. We don't give a fuck about COVID here because it's just, do you know what I mean? I never, if I'm honest with you, like you with Dubai, really, I never really fancied it.
Yeah.
Then I come over because I thought it was always going to be everyone was in traditional Arab dress. That's my thing. Do you know what I mean?
Right, okay, but sorry, Mrs. P. Say hi to Brownie, Mrs. P. Sorry, she's just telling me dinner's ready, mate. Apologies.
Oh, I know.
Brownie, lots of love to you. Just to say, you're such a nice guy. You're so entertaining, and thank you for all the lovely shout outs you've given me. The nice.
See that.
Take care.
You sure you're talking about the right guy? Yeah.
If only Mrs. Putin. If only Mrs. Putin was as nice as that, eh?
Yeah. Well, it won't be too long, babe. But anyway, So yes, mate. Well, that's good. Yeah, I mean, I can see what you mean. Yeah, when I went out there, it was all very, COVID protocol stuff. But I think they have relaxed that now. I think I'm not too sure, but you had to have you even had to do those bloody internet forms and everything where you got to prove you've got the NHS vaccines and all that stuff just to get into the country.
But the local economy in Marbella was smashed.
Oh, I bet, yeah. It's all tourism, isn't it? So,
exactly. Exactly. So we all over here in Dubai loving it. And we all, every now and then go United Nations fucking helmet. Especially after a Saturday night, and all the Polish and the Ukrainians, they may have an argument between one another.
Well,
yeah.
so yeah, it's it's come a long way, Dubai, hasn't it? Yeah, I mean, I it's not that I would have got anything against Dubai. It's just, yeah, I don't know. I'm not too into like desert places. I've been to one, and I'm just not too. It's not for me. I'm all about that cold weather, you know.
Well, you know what? Hey, and I have always said this, Pig, both you and Mrs. P are very welcome. You know that.
Thank you very much. Yeah, hopefully that mattress is well and truly gone by then, mate. But
yeah, I know. No comment.
Bloody hell. But
right. Listen,
yes, mate.
You'll have to knock on the head. I need a pint. You need your food. Thank you
pleasure,
ever
mate.
so much, Pig. You're a legend.
No worries, Brownie. Keep doing your thing, man. Yeah, keep it real as you always do. And yeah, this channel's going to keep growing, I'm sure. And yeah, I'm glad you enjoyed yourself out there in Dubai, mate. We'll have to do this again soon as well.
I look forward to it.
Nice one. All right, then, mate. Yeah, thanks to all your viewers as well. Take it easy. Remember to smash a like on the video for Football with Brownie. I'm doing your job for you here, Brownie. Come on.
I know, man.
Subscribe to the channel, guys.
Have I given you the right address for this invoice, viewers?
Nice.
Take care, man.
Hey, you too, Brownie. Thanks, mate. See you guys.
Bye-bye.
Cheers.